Hello everyone, James S. Cassidy here with another M-Blog. That's right, the Naruto blog, where you get to ask me questions about the manga, and I try to answer them as best as my abilities. But I don't have any questions this time. Instead, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about you. Yes, you, the Naruto fandom that reads this manga. This be whether you're Narasaku, Narahina, Sasasako, I don't care. I'm taking my pairing goggles off again to talk with you about something. From one Naruto fan to another. I'm hoping that you give me the same respect as I'm giving you right now, because I know that you all are intelligent people. I know that all of you listening to my voice right now know and can think of many different ideas from your head that, you know, even if it's wrong, is actually great how you think the way you do. But with that being said, there are some arguments that I have to say are rather bad, or are really should not be used whatsoever. This including for and against Narasaku, for and against Narahina, and for and against Sasasaku. I'm tired of these arguments, I'm tired of seeing these arguments, and I'm tired of trying to debunk these arguments, because you people do not realize what you are doing. You know, in the words of Benvolio, part fools, you know not what you do. So I want to cover some of the arguments that people have that I have a big problem with, that people don't even realize it's just a double-edged sword. You don't realize that these can hurt you as much as you hurt the other person with them. That these arguments can and will be used against you in a debate, and just because you do not recognize them does not mean they do not exist. With that being said, to go to some of the arguments, I see a lot of people saying that Sasuke has a hidden feelings for Sakura, or he has some kind of hidden personality that he's not sharing, that he's so secretive and everything like that. Okay, first off, Kishimoto has said in an interview that Sasuke was pure. That whatever he feels, it is the pure, raw feelings that he is. He's not good, he's not evil, he's just pure. You know what that means? That means that if what he feels, if what he expresses is exactly what he feels, okay? There is no hidden agenda, there's no hidden message somewhere in there. What he feels is exactly what he feels. He is that pure. With that being said, I say it a lot, don't I? With that being said, a lot of people keep saying that Sasuke has some kind of hidden feelings for Sakura, and it's absolute bullcrap. There has been no hints whatsoever that Sasuke has hidden feelings for Sakura. Please, if you think there is a moment, let me know in the comments. Give me the panel. Give me the exact panel. Give me the exact chapter on the exact page. I can look up the manga quite easily, and I can tell you whether that is a moment or some hidden agenda, because honestly, I can't think of one. I've read this manga for 10 years, and I've read it as extensively as any one of you, and I do not see any kind of one of those moments at all. I don't see Sasuke conflicted with his emotions. I don't see Sasuke ever conflicted about who he's in love with. He's never even talked about the subject whatsoever. He has talked about how useless Sakura is. He has talked about how some useless people are. He's talked about how useless Karen was. He's shown how he only cares about people if they are useful to him, and if they are useless, he doesn't care about them, or he lets them fend for themselves. You know, he's not evil enough to try to kill him. Well, he did try to kill Karen and Sakura before, but people tried to ignore this fact. But whatever. Recently in the war, he hasn't tried to kill Sakura, but he hasn't tried, actually protecting or saving her either, on his own whim. He's only really been doing it because Naruto tells him to, or because he just so happens to be there. I mean, he's not going out of his way to do it. In fact, he even says so himself when he protected the entire Team 7 from the Infinite Tsukuyomi. He says, the only reason why I protected Sakura and Kakashi was because you were standing next to him and you know this to be a truth. He says that on panel. Okay? I'm tired of people ignoring these facts, and I really want to bring this to light. The fact that you all sometimes bring up this idea that Sasuke has hidden agendas or hidden feelings for Sakura, it's just absolute nonsense, and there's no proof of it. There's no backing to it. You're basically bringing up something that only you think is there, and there's nothing there to prove that. There really isn't. Meanwhile, I have evidence of Sakura actually being conflicted with her emotions, actually showing interest in Naruto, actually being the only character to show this kind of confliction whatsoever. You know, does she still love Sasuke? Well, according to Kakashi, no. Which I'll get to that in a little bit, but you know, she has shown that her love with Sasuke is not as it used to be. Okay, I'm tired of people basing everything off Part 1 characters because for whatever reason. Okay, the Part 1 characters are gone. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are not the same characters as they were in Part 1. They grew up. Okay, they have some traits that they still have, but they grew up since then. They are changed. They are different characters. You cannot expect them to remain the same. Okay. So please stop looking at Part 1 and look at it as the characters are now. And right now, Sakura is shown with confliction, Sasuke is shown to not care, and Naruto is still in love with Sakura. Okay, he's not in love with Hinata. He hasn't shown any conflictions with his feelings between Hinata and Sakura whatsoever. 615 showed no conflictions. The entire war showed no conflictions. Even during Hinata's confession, showed no conflictions whatsoever. There's never been a time where Naruto has been conflicted about his feelings for Hinata. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay, and when I say conflictions, I mean like where they have this feeling and they don't know what it is, right? I'm sure that you have seen it. You've probably seen a lot of harem mangas where you see the character be like, man, what is this feeling I have in my chest? My heart just seems to pound when I'm near them. You know? Have you ever heard of Naruto speaking like that? Or anything close to that? No. I've seen Sakura do that. I've seen Sakura, like, show moments where she's not thinking and she's acting pure on subconscious instinct, where she's showing great care for Naruto above anything Sasuke has done. Even now, she shows more attention to Naruto than she does Sasuke. Now, for some people who believe that Sakura is still madly in love with Sasuke, you think that she would pay Sasuke a little bit more attention, right? Right? I mean, it's logical. I mean, look at Karen. Karen is madly in love with Sasuke, and you saw what she did when Sasuke was dying. You saw what she did when all this stuff was going on. But you never see Sakura behaving like that. I mean, okay, Sakura and Karen, they're not the same character. But at least you could say that maybe Sakura, if she was still in love with Sasuke that much, that she would show some similar feelings or similar attributes or similar what's the word? Similar movements, similar feelings, similar conflictions, just like Karen had throughout the whole thing. And she doesn't. She doesn't show any of that. Never does. Not in Part 2. She never does. And when she usually does, it's usually something negative. It's never something positive like, oh, Sasuke's dying, I have to save him, I love him so much. No, that's Karen. Sakura's more like, why did I even fall in love with him? Why am I even in love with him? This doesn't make sense. He's so evil. She's always has that confliction. He must be a great guy. No, Sasuke isn't really that great of a guy. And I'm tired of people saying that he is when he really isn't. Naruto is a great guy. And it's not because he saves her life. It's not because he does so much for her. It's because Naruto believed in Sakura more than he believed in himself. He cared more about Sakura than he did about himself, and he was willing to put himself on the line for her. That's what makes him a great guy. He's not selfish like that. Sasuke, on the other hand, he's extremely selfish. It's all about him. And I'm tired of people saying it isn't. It's all about him. That's just pure emotions. You know, but speaking of which, Sasuke's feelings, the only thing he's ever shown is his love for his brother Itachi and the bond that he has with Naruto. Nothing about Sakura, nothing about Karen, nothing about anything else in this entire manga has he shown any bonds or lovey-dovey things with anybody else. That was it, just Itachi and Naruto. If he hasn't shown any of that by now, and we're coming to the end of the manga, he never will show any of that, okay? I think we both can agree here that if Sasasako and Narahina happened because, fuck it, you know, without any development, with them just falling in love with the other characters for little to no reason at all, that's bullcrap, okay? You want that development in there. I've seen people say that just because Naruto has been in love with her since the start does not mean he deserves her or will end up with her. Okay, I could apply that same logic to Sasasako and Narahina. Wasn't Sakura in love with Sasuke? Well, just because Sakura's in love with Sasuke does not mean that Sasuke has to love her back. Just because Hinata was in love with Naruto doesn't mean Naruto has to love her back. You know, I say again, someone even goes even farther and says the fact that he kissed the floor she walked on doesn't and shouldn't have anything to do with how she feels. You're right, it doesn't. Speaking of which, that should mean nothing to Narahina either. A lot of people bring that to the Narahina argument. Oh, well, Hinata loved him since the beginning, she cared about him, she worshipped him, so Naruto should be in love with him. Well, here's a statement saying that should not affect that in any way. Hinata practically licks the dirt off Naruto's boots, but that does not mean that he should love her back. I'm sorry, it doesn't. This does not make Naruto a bad person. It just makes him human. Okay? Naruto is not mean by nature. He's not Sasuke. Naruto is a selfless person. But even he cannot just go with Hinata selflessly because she loves him and not be in love with her in return. That is a terrible relationship. You Narahina fans, you really want that? You want Naruto to be with Hinata despite him not loving her? What if he was miserable? What if he says, you know, I'm miserable with being with Hinata, I can't, you know, this relationship is just not working, but I have to stay with her because I'm a nice guy. I have to stay with her because, well, I feel bad because she's going to end up alone, and I don't want her to feel bad, and really? Is Hinata really that fucking pathetic? Do you really think that she's that pathetic? You think that just because she doesn't get Naruto, she's automatically going to slit her wrist and kill herself or something like that? You know? You guys really think that? Narahina fans, do you really think that of Hinata? The one that you see so you really think she's that fragile? If you really do, maybe I have more respect at Hinata than you guys. Because I do. I don't think that she's going to do that. I don't think she's that weak. I don't think that she's that weak-willed. I think that if it was up to her, if I was really going to ask Hinata, if Naruto had a chance to be happy with the girl that he loved and it wasn't you, would you allow him to be happy? And I think that she would. Because if she truly loves Naruto as much as she says she does, then it doesn't matter what she gets in the end. Just like Naruto to Sakura. Naruto wanted Sakura to be happy, that's it. He loved her that much. If Hinata loves Naruto that much, well, she should be happy for him. Regardless if he's with her or not. She should be happy for him. Okay? It's painful, yes, I'm not saying it's not painful, but sometimes to do the right thing is painful. And again, I could apply that to Narasaku, and I could apply that to Sasasaka. This is why I never bring these arguments to the table. This is why I've never used them in any of my debates. I do, however, what I do like to bring to my debates is I like to say that there are 3 things that we know about this manga that I could tell you 1. Sasuke has never shown interest in Sakura romantically. Sakura has, but it has been shown that those feelings have changed with Kakashi's words. I know people don't think that, it's so stupid. Oh, well, Kakashi meant that she's more in love with Sasuke. No, because you guys, I'm going to take a tangent just for a second. Sasuke fans, you guys used to say that Sakura has always been in love with Sasuke since the beginning, right? Since part 1. Okay? I just want to understand something here. Part 1, she said that she was in love with Sasuke. Okay, I admit that. As a Naruto fan, I say yes, that she was. Part 2 comes around. Many things happen. Many things change. Kakashi says that those feelings have changed, that she still loves Sasuke, but it's not the same kind of love as it was before. It has changed. Why, Sasuke fans, why do you say that she's just now more in love? It changed to be more in love? Really? No, come on. You guys are not that stupid. You can be blind sometimes, but you guys are not that stupid. She cannot be more in love with Sasuke. There's no such thing. You're either in love or you're not. If she was in love with him since the beginning, and Kakashi says that has changed, then yes, she's no longer in love with him. She loves him like a teammate or a brother or something platonic, but maybe she's no longer romantically in love with him. That is very much a possibility, and I'm tired of people not accepting that. There's a possibility that she's no longer in love with Sasuke. Same as with Naruto. He could no longer be in love with Sakura. However, Unlike Sakura, there has never been anything on Naruto's end to suggest that he has changed his feelings for Sakura. He has, in fact, admitted several times to several characters that he is in love with Sakura. He's admitted it to Sai, he has admitted it to his father, who his father lampshaded. Minato has lampshaded Narasaku, and many other characters have lampshaded Narasaku, saying, we could tell that these characters are going to end up together. It really has happened. Even Shikamaru, the smartest ninja in the village, even says, I could tell that you two are on a date yourself. If Shikamaru can figure it out, if Sai can figure it out, if Minato can figure it out, why can't you guys? Really? But anyway, I digress. The argument is that you all think that Sasuke and Naruto can change the hearts for the girl that's after them, but you never can think that maybe Sakura can change her heart? It's never come across you that Sakura could change her heart and be in love with Naruto instead of Sasuke? That's never crossed your mind whatsoever? That can never happen? Really? Come on. Even I admit that Naruto could have changed his feelings for Hinata ever since her confession, but he hasn't. He hasn't shown any of that. He hasn't shown anything. Even with 615, he hasn't shown that he was in love with Hinata. He held her hand. Okay, so what? Sakura hugged Naruto, but you guys call that platonic, so why can't a handhold be platonic? Not only that, when it comes to platonic things, Sasuke has caught Sakura when she was about to fall, or attempted to save Sakura under Naruto's direction, but still, that doesn't mean he is in love with her, okay? Naruto has saved Sakura's life and supported her ever since the beginning, but you all still think that makes no difference. Just like the arguments I just said before, just because he loved her and worshipped her ever since the beginning doesn't mean that she should fall in love with him. Well, the exact same way can happen here. Just because Sasuke has saved Sakura or done some nice things once in a blue moon does not mean that he is in love with her. It just means that is what he did. Sasuke is a man of principle. He's a man of honor, okay? And I'm pretty sure that if his enemy was to do something for him, he would somehow repay that, because that is his honorable way. Okay? Sasuke is a dick, but he's an honorable dick. he actually repays his debts. Okay? That being said, with Sakura with Obito saving Sasuke from the dimension, of course he would, like, help Sakura return as well. Another argument that I see is that, well, there could be development off-panel. Okay, I don't work off-panel. I don't work off development that's off-panel. Otherwise, I could say the same for Naruto. Look up the wake-up scene. You know, a lot of people bring up 687, 686, something like that, where he caught her, and then they automatically return back to the battlefield with no scene in between. There was no transition. And a lot of people are like, well, something could have happened all-panel. Well, yeah, something could have happened all-panel between Naruto and Sasuke during the wake-up scene, you know, after they died and they woke up. Something could have happened there off-panel, and we never know. They could have confessed their love for the girls, for all we know. I don't work off-panel. I'm sorry. It has to happen on-panel. If it happens off-panel, it's bullcrap. It's an easy way out. It has to happen on-panel, otherwise it's a cheap cop-out. Of course, this video is going on 20 minutes now, but I just want to bring these arguments to the table, to you, the Naruto fans. What pairing you support, it doesn't matter, but you are a Naruto fan. You are all Naruto fans. I want these arguments to stop, because these kind of debates with this kind of logic is bad. That's not gonna fly with me. If you try to debate with me using this logic, you are automatically disqualified from debating with me, because you are using logic that could be used as much against you. Bring me something that I can actually argue against, and not just turn the same argument onto you. Bring me something. Bring me an argument that I can actually say that yes, you are true, but and I provide my own argument against that. Showing how Naruto is more supportive than Sasuke. Don't just say, like, well, Sasuke cared about Sakura that one time, so he must be in love with her. Well, if that's the case, then what does that mean for Naruto, who's always cared about her, who's always saved her and supported her? What does that mean? Well, it's just platonic. No, that does not fly. I'm sorry, that does not fly whatsoever. And the fact that you all keep thinking that Sakura only views Naruto as a brother, you guys are pathetic. I'm sorry. The fact that you try to bring up that argument is just absolutely pathetic. Because she doesn't see him as a brother. You don't blush in front of your brother. You don't find your brother sexually attractive. Any of you girls out there, do you find your brother sexually attractive in any way? Do you want to go on dates with him? Do you want to, Do you like tease him and say how much you care about him and how much you love him and stuff like that? Do you do stuff like that? Do you say how much you're in love with him? No, of course you don't. That's sick. That's disgusting. Okay, it's not platonic. I could say the same, but I could say the same thing for Naruto too. What if Naruto sees Hinata as platonic? What if Naruto sees Hinata like a sister? You don't know. You can't tell me that he doesn't, because there's no proof that he does or does not. Come on. Tell me. Tell me where Naruto does not see Hinata like a sister. I could even argue that with Neji dead, he wants to take over that brotherly role for her. Right? Right? Come on. So, please, Naruto fandom, I don't mind you debating. I don't mind you guys, like, bringing arguments to a table. I don't mind what pairing you put, but at least bring arguments that make sense. Bring arguments that are actually legitimate and actually put up an actual debate, and not just something I could basically just reverse it and use against you, because that is just cheap, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit here and facepalm at you because you don't realize what you're saying, okay? The reason why I support Naruto is because A, the development supports it. It's not just one moment that makes Naruto canon. It's every moment, leading from part 1 to about now. Every moment from then to now is very supportive of Naruto. 2, Sasuke and Naruto have never shown interest in Sakura and Hinata respectfully. They have never shown any romantic interest whatsoever. Naruto has been kind to Hinata, but that does not mean he's in love with her, okay? He's kind to everybody. Hell, he's kind to his villains. You know, he just said that Obito was one of the coolest guys he's ever met. Does that mean he's in love with Obito? No, of course not. That's just stupid. That really is just stupid. And 3, the only character in this manga that has shown any conflict of feelings is Sakura. The only one who has shown whatsoever the idea that she doesn't know what she feels, or there's some confliction, or she wants to do one thing but she's confused and she doesn't know, is Sakura. That's the only character that does that in this manga. The only one. Not only that, and this is the last thing, but the Tsukiyomi has shown a Lee Saku scene, a Narahina scene, a Sasu Ino scene, and a Sai Ino scene. Does that mean that we should calculate all these into the equation and say that they all mean that those pairings are going to become canon? No. No, of course not. Of course not. I would not be that stupid. You would not be that stupid. Okay? So, just because there is a scene does not prove the canosity of it. Because the Infinite Tsukiyomi has proven that you can have scenes and not mean anything. Okay? I hope that my words have reached you on a level, and I hope that you all can understand, from one Naruto fan to another, that I wish you guys would think about the arguments that you're about to proclaim, to really dig down and really think about the theories that you put onto forums. Because honestly, these kind of theories are not working. Okay? It shows your despotism. It shows how blind you are when you can't even apply these arguments to every single thing. Okay? Bring me something more concrete than that. Okay? And if you want to argue with me in the comments, go right ahead. Okay? Just be civil about it. I'm being civil with you. I'm gonna be civil with you. I gave you respect. The least you could do is give me a little bit of respect in return. Okay? That's the deal I'm proposing. If you come into my comments slandering me, if you come into my comments using harsh language, using language of cursing people out, cursing other fandoms out, no matter who you are, I am removing those comments and I'm banning you from the channel. You don't like that? Tough luck, okay? I will not be taking disrespect. I will not be taking disrespect lightly, okay? So, act like a real fandom. Act like real adults and actually put up debates that mean something. That really push what you're trying to say and not just something I could use against you. Okay? Anyway, there is no chapter next week, so that means there's no podcast. So I'm going to be working on other projects. If you guys have other questions for the Naruto blog, please send them in. I don't mind. I'll make these videos whenever I get a chance, so I'll do them. But until then, I'll see you all later.